Welcome back to the Baseball Lifestyle 101 World Series. I'm Frank Labella alongside Nick Labella to host your matchup between the New Jersey Wildcats and the Massapequa Cyclones. The Cyclones will be the home team here, taking the field. Batting first will be Joey Picarillo for the Cyclones. For the Wildcats. It will be the away team here. Picarillo playing second, I believe. Coach saying he was making... Actually, they moved him to shortstop. On the mound is Christian Ferry for the Cyclones. Very up in the box is Pecorello. As far up as you can be. You don't see that often at this age. That shot into left center. Is that going to be gapped? No, it's cut off in center wisely. And that'll hold it to just a single base there. A single nonetheless to start off this game by Picorello.
The up in the box approach worked for him.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Lucas Sardella. Picarello taking off on the first pitch. The throw is going to have to be eaten behind the plate by Michael Sessa. That got away from him. He tried to jump up too quickly. How can Ferrier work with a runner in scoring position early here? No batting gloves on Sardella at the plate.
Old school approach.
He skies this one out to second base. Managed over there with not too much of a problem to put out the second out. And Ferry just needs one more. That runner's still on second. So 2 down here, and that will bring up Ian Yu, excuse me. You, an outfielder on this squad. That one comes in high at you. I almost want to make a high at you, no a high at me joke. That one's too old school, though.
I don't even think I know what it is.
I believe that's Rush Hour.
Oh.
Yeah. No, not that exact phrasing, but just the basic gist of it.
Yeah. I didn't know where you were going. I don't know you've seen those movies.
I haven't, but it's just a common.
It's
just a deep reference. That's over the head of Ferry. There's a chance for a run here. Picarello rounding third. He's going to be halted there. Ferry cuts off the throw. That could have been bad quickly there, but now there's runners on the corners, and we'll see if they move INU on the bases.
It's a hot start for the Wildcats.
Here is Dylan Giorita, the cleanup hitter for Massapequa. The Cyclones getting to Ferry early. Taking off early here will be you likely. Use off on the first pitch. The throw cut off by the pitcher, Ferry. One of those trick plays utilized here by the Cyclones, but no dice getting Picarello to bite at third. So now runners on second and third. You on second, Picarello on third. And in the box, still Giorita. Skies this one out into left at the track, and that ball is gone. If there was no netting, that would have hit the parking lot. A 3-run blast for Giorita here to open up the scoring in the first frame. That's the first home run we've seen all day here at Lasorda Legacy Park on this smaller field. With 12U, the max age you can be on this field before these guys age out and move across the facility. A 3-run launched missile here for Giorita.
Let's get a look at the replay. He was all over that pitch.
Pretty low in the strike zone, about at the knees. Pulls that one into left center.
That got out in a hurry, too.
It did. There was not much of a launch angle on it. Here comes A.J. Katzman. That one drops into the strike zone. A lefty starting pitcher, Christian Ferry, having to navigate through a couple of righties, including the righty Giorita, who does some damage. Lefty-righty matchups, usually that's what the righty prefers. On deck would be William Nicot. Tipped backward off of the padding on Sienna. On Sessa behind the plate. Now here's a delivery, lefty on righty. Blooped over the first baseman's head. That was out of the reach. And he'll round first but stay there. Katzman remains on first for another base hit here. So here comes William Nickow. On deck following him would be Jason Denman. Nickow looking for signals from his third base coach. Not too many ways to go here. You don't really expect to bunt. 2 outs already. Diving back into first is Katzman.
Is it 1 out?
Still 1 down here, right?
Yeah.
Did I say 2?
Yeah. I say you confused me. I was like, I'm doing the book.
Stealing on the pitch is Katzman. Sessa's got to get there quickly. Throws a little off the bag.
It's already the 3rd steal of the game for the Wildcats.
At this level, like we said, it's the biggest you can be in terms of age, playing on these bases, playing on this small of a field. That ball is chopped over to short. Not a hard play to make, and they beat him by a step and a half, it looked like, for just the second out. So the runner Katzman advances to third. And here comes number 5, Jason Denman. Quick fist bump to the umpire while he approaches the box. 3 runs already tagged on Christian Ferry at the top of the first here.
That's the second Wildcat in a row to fist pump the umpire.
It's all about respect here.
Absolutely.
12U we've seen the most action from this week in terms of the long ball and explosive scoring, because we're going to keep saying this is as old as you can be before you move on to the larger fields, and these kids really put that to the test. Pitching is really challenged on such a small field.
I feel like it's also going to be the most fun you can have on a field at this age. Before they move the fences back, like this is a real shot at. I mean, like we just saw.
Yeah, some of these guys hit homers.
Real home runs.
Like that homer we just saw, that wouldn't be out probably because it barely got over the wall on a line drive. That's off the glove of Ferry. That's going to cause some trouble. Smith was moving to his left at short, and then he had to turn back to his right. So that's going to be an infield single. Look at that replay. Smith had to move back to his side after it hits Ferry's glove.
Oh, yep.
That one comes a little inside. Nickow takes off for second on the pass ball. That throw is a little errant.
Who'd you say we got up here? There's no name on his jersey.
That would be Denman. Oh, actually, no.
Denman just had the RBI.
Denman just had that RBI. This would be Evan Estrems. It should be the starting pitcher. Though on my roster, I have him as number 65. So hopefully this is Estrems. Wearing 62 on his jersey. Ferry's delivery against another righty. That shot down the third baseline. Under the glove over there of Michael Catherwold. So now runners are going to be on the corners. Another base hit there. Hard hit ball under the third baseman's glove. They're looking for the last out now because that was the pitcher, Evan Estrems, looking to be replaced on first base.
Last out would be Nickow, wouldn't it?
They do turn to Nickow to pinch run him.
Who does that bring up? Number 99.
So Nickow on first.
Velasco.
We've got Denman on third. Yes, and here is Mark Velasco. That one's over his head. And, of course, Nickow moving on the pitch. Second and third. I can't imagine the amount of times we've seen second and third today just because any runners on the corner situation causes that. Velasco pops that up, foul. No one will reach that. Stealing at this level also a privilege on this length of bases before you move on to 90 feet across this facility. Ferry wishing he saw more lefties in this lineup. That one's high on the righty Velasco. As a lefty pitcher, you have to be hopeful when you face these lineups that there's a couple lefties in opposition. And I feel like Ferry doesn't see that often. Ferry was late to come home to cover there, but luckily Sessa got on it quick enough. I think Velasco thought he walked, but we're looking for another ball before that can happen. That's an unfortunate feeling as a hitter, realizing you got to come back for one more. Lead's growing. Delivery from Ferry is low, so Velasco gets his wish anyway. Bases are juiced. On the bright side for Ferry, he can go anywhere with a force. You know, I thought at first when I saw Derek Velasco walking up to the plate, I said to myself, Mark Velasco, you just took a walk. Why are you coming back? Because you looked very identical. And indeed, it's just another Velasco.
Are they twins?
I didn't ask.
Ah.
You guys twins? They are twins. Get it right from the source. I felt like that one moment in the NBA a couple years ago.
There's no better way to do that.
You remember that clip where they were asking the reporter if somebody was going to be playing tonight?
Yeah.
And he turned around. He's like, you playing tonight?
They were warming up behind them. Hey, hold on. Let me just ask him.
So Mark and Derek Velasco are twins. I think one of them's going to be catching, but we'll see if the adjustments are a lot compared to what I was given for defensive alignment. I never received a full one from the Wildcats. So we'll see at the bottom of this inning. 4 runs plated here by the Wildcats offensively. Bases are juiced right now. A chance for the second Velasco, Derek, to do a lot of damage. Not sure how deep the bag for the Cyclones goes in terms of pitching. The lefty Ferry obviously doesn't want to be put in a situation that he has been right now. Velasco goes chasing down low right there. Swimming where he shouldn't be. Neither Velasco twin uses batting gloves. At least I don't remember Mark wearing them. That's a hard hit ball. Swung a little late, so that is foul. Opposite field swing. People on his sideline telling him to finish that swing. Looked like he only went through 3/4 there. So Denman on third, Nikau on second, Mark Velasco on first, and Derek at the plate. That one's behind Derek. Almost a bare hand grab by Sessa off the back post. So 1-2 count on Velasco. Ferry still at the advantage after that pitch. Trying to escape this jam, only allowing 4. Velasco fouls that one back, staying alive. It's a 12-man lineup coming up for the Cyclones in the bottom of this inning. A lot of these teams have put out large lineups with a couple of EHs, and that's what they're going to do. Ferry gets Velasco to swing at a low strike, and it's chopped down to third baseline and managed by Catherwool. So that'll put away an inning in which 4 runs were given up. Clear that away with the umpire. He confirms that it was 4. We love to do that here. It's going into the bottom of the 4th. The Cyclones got to do something offensively. They're down 4 right now when we come back. Leading off at the bottom of the first here for a Cyclones team down 4 runs is William Martin, number 4. On the mound, who just threw a first pitch off the backstop there, is Evan Estrems. Behind the plate, one of the Velasco twins, that's Mark. Let's see what Estrems has on the mound as an answer to defend a 4-run lead. I think I finally put the positions together here for the Wildcats defensively. Some things were in fact changed from what the coach had given me. But an even count right now on Martin, 1-1. He pushes this one out towards the shortstop. That's Piorello. Makes the play across the diamond. A nice scoop there by Sardella. Got him by about a half a step. And there's a quick out on the mound for Estrems. Let's watch this one back. Catches it on one bounce. Sidearm throw across the diamond. Good grab there low by Sardella. Here we go. Christian Ferry, the starting pitcher who just got tagged for 4. He's got the nice mask on the front of his helmet, common in softball. That's the first time I've seen that here.
Honestly, yeah, at all the age groups. It's the first time I've seen this.
Good protective device. We've only seen the mask defending the cheek, really.
I'm kind of surprised that I don't really see these that much often anymore.
If it is legal, I don't know why more people don't do it.
I can't see why it would be not legal. You can't
Is it legal
deny
in the
them.
MLB?
Is it legal in the MLB? I
That's
don't
my
think any of the
knowledge.
players would. I feel like the amount of chirping that the players would receive if they wore one.
It's protective, though.
Absolutely.
Ferry reaches low for that one, puts it down the first base line, but it rolls foul. Curvature on that one.
You really didn't even start to see the side piece protection in the MLB until
Giancarlo Stanton.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, until he got hit. He started it, and then it became more popular.
That was a broken jaw, I believe, Giancarlo
Yeah.
Stanton, when he took that hit.
Oh yeah, in Miami. That had to be 10, maybe even more than 10 years ago now. Because that was while he was in Miami, and his last year in Miami was 17, and that was the MVP year, so it wasn't that year.
Doesn't feel like he's been with New York for that long.
He joined New York in 2018.
It's crazy. Still 2 strikes on Ferry. Here's a delivery from Estrems. Ferry shoots this one high into center. Guillerita is out there. And he puts away out number 2. Estrems can make a 1-2-3, but Ferry, a decent launch angle on that fly ball. That'll bring up number 23, Nathaniel Broder. Estrems can work very efficiently through this first inning with a 4-run lead. That one is skied out into center as well. That one lands in front of Guillerita. So the first base hit here for the Cyclones.
That was a clean hit.
First base runner allowed by Estrems, and he'll have to face the cleanup hitter now. Catcher Michael Sessa, following it up with another mask of his own.
Rock on.
Keep rocking. So now that runner at first being held on by Sardella. Let's see if they take a pickoff attempt here at Broder. That one lands in the zone. Strike 1 to Sessa.
I feel like with 2 outs, you kind of just lock in on the hitter.
That's what you would think, but it's not what we've seen today.
This is an older group, though.
By a year.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
Pickoff attempt there by Estrems, indeed. We've seen a range of ages at this field today. A little bit of 9U, some 10U. I think 9, 10, 11, and 12.
That's what I was saying. I think we did hit all 4.
I'd have to look back for that one. Velasco didn't feel like backpicking Broder over there at first. But Sardella's ready for it. Another lefty first baseman. I feel like we've seen more lefty first basemen than righties today. Estre looking at the runner right now, and he pitches from the stride, paints the outside corner. Two strikes here on Sessa, and they're still going to hold on the runner. This would be an unexpected pickoff if Estrems were to turn that way. He doesn't. Sessa skies this one out. It looks like it's going to be playable in the infield, and it is for Denman. He takes care of it himself. So Estrems just needs 4 guys to put away that lineup from the Cyclones there. From the Cyclones indeed. Almost a mishap on my part. So still 4-0 Wildcats heading into the top of the second in just a moment. It's the top of the second here. Bottom of the lineup, Luke Bruno leading it off for the Wildcats. They got through 10 hitters in the top of the first when they tagged Christian Ferry for 4. Christian Ferry now playing left field. There's a new pitcher's in town. It's Gavin Banquet on the mound for the Cyclones. Pitch 2 comes in a little high, so it's a 1-1 count even for Bruno. Still piecing together the defensive alignments for the Cyclones, but some things are changing, so it's a little tough. That one's down the first baseline, just under the glove of Andrew Cleary over there. That one came in like a missile. So a quick base hit here for the Wildcats. Let's watch this one back. On the outside corner, hit the edge of the barrel and shot down that first baseline. Now we're at the top of the lineup. It's Joey Picarello once again. That one bounces past Sessa. He's going to have to make a play quickly. He's not going to have time. He's got to eat it.
Picarello started this game with a single in the top of the first and came around to score on that Gioretta 3-run home run.
Indeed he did. A couple guys came in to score, as you said.
Gioretta or Giorita home run?
Rita, I believe.
Giorita.
If it is G or Giorita.
Oh, or Giorita?
I like G, though.
I was going to say G.
Vogt bouncing around at second base to hold on the runner.
How'd they spell that?
V-O-G-T, like Stephen
Oh,
Vogt.
okay. That's what I was going to ask. He's one of the, I don't know if it's few, but he's one of the guys that his last MLB at bat was a home run.
I remember his kids announcing him in his last game.
And they homered, and then that was it. Then I was.
Yeah, I actually recall.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's a rare club. I don't know if it is. I feel like it has to be.
So Picarello draws a walk. So first and second now. A chance for Lucas Sardella to get involved offensively.
Now he's the manager of the Cleveland Guardians.
That's true, yeah, he is. In that playoff run they had last year, he was pretty prolific. That one's high on Sardella. Late reaction there from Sessa, and stealing on the pitch was Luke Bruno. So no throw there from Sessa, but Bruno moves on to third. A bold steal of third base, and now runners on the corners. That's going to allow something for Picarello. And on the next pitch, Picarello's gone. Inside strike there framed by Sessa, but no throw. Is the infield going to move in? No reaction from coach in terms of the Cyclones alignment. Second and third, but just one down. Swinging low there with Sardella. That rolls to the backstop under Sessa's knees. Again, at the 12U level, the infield alignment not changing with runners in scoring position. And Sardella reaches down low for another ball beneath his knees. And strike three on the swing. Sessa applies the tag on the drop third strike. Here comes Ian Yu, the third baseman. Let's see if you can push something together here to extend this lead for the Wildcats with two runners in scoring position.
You had that hard hit single that last inning.
There's a rocket off Yu's bat from the left batter's box as a righty. Out in right field, I'm noticing Ryan McCormick is a lefty. There's a lot of lefties on the field today, especially at first base, but we've seen some teams throw lefties in the outfield. The 0-2 count now to INU. Swings through strike three. Another strikeout here on the hands of Banquet.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, two straight. With runners in scoring position, he can go 1-2-3 against this Wildcats lineup. But here is Dylan Giarita.
Got an opportunity for another 3-run shot.
On the way to the plate, he asks, making sure there's two outs here. Ensuring that he's got to be clutch here.
You think he's thinking about another 3-run home run?
It'd be on my mind if I just hit a 3-run home run. That one comes in low. They're not really giving him a chance right now. The first two pitches from Banquet came in low. On deck would be A.J. Katzman, the left fielder.
Katzman was another one who got in on the hit parade last inning.
That one's chopped towards second. Denman is there, charging it nicely. And they retire Giarita. So 1-2-3 go the Wildcats after second and third were occupied. Nothing else in terms of damage for the Cyclones. And Banquet escapes unscathed. We're heading into the bottom of the second, still a 4-run game. Still in the second here. Cyclones looking to come back from a 4-run deficit. And still on the mound is Estrems for the Wildcats. Infield is still a little bit further back than you might expect. Outfield shallow on a field that we've seen a lot of home runs on at this age group. That one came in just high.
It's interesting given how deep the Cyclones were just playing.
It's true, yeah. This is Daniel Oresco leading off here for the Cyclones. After they only took 4 batters to get to Estrems and not score last inning. Everything's staying the same defensively on the part of the Wildcats. As far as I'm being informed. And as far as I can see. Just so interesting as I'm looking at the lefty first baseman, Sardella, that we heard from a lefty first baseman earlier today about how it's easier to play with your glove on that right hand.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a righty. I also never played first base. I feel like I get what he's saying, though, because, I mean, most of the time, the plays you're going to be making are going to be going towards second base, your glove side.
But I would think that when you have your right foot on first base as a righty, your body is just open to all 3 positions that are throwing to you. As a lefty, picture this left foot on the bag, I think it's harder to be more open with your body.
Yeah, your glove would have to be coming. I do see that.
But some lefties find it easy. That's popped up into foul territory. I don't think he was going to have enough room to get there. And it does indeed roll off our field.
Maybe I guess because he's never, I mean, you know, because he's not a righty. I mean, you know what I mean? So I'm saying he's not had to do it the other way.
Just naturally easy.
That's what I say. Maybe it's easy, you know what I mean? Since he started doing it this way, that he's been doing it long enough where it is easier.
Here's a delivery from Estrems. Barely touched there by Oresco. He was a little bit behind it, but he touched it with the top of his bat. Enough to tip it backward. The full count here on Oresco. Andrew Cleary awaiting on deck, the first baseman. That one's a little under the knees. Oresco leads off this inning as a base runner with a quick walk. And there's something looming here for the Cyclones. Here is Andrew Cleary. So a loaded middle of the lineup in terms of lefties. Not what you like to see as a righty Estrems. Cleary also sporting the mask on the helmet. See if Oresco takes off. They're going to watch him. Quick pick-off attempt over there. Just lefties all around now. Lefty leading off from first. Lefty standing on first, playing first. And then lefty in the box right now. High strike there on Cleary in the box. So that lead by Oresco can't go too far, being held on over there by Sardella. I don't think we got into the jerseys yet for the Wildcats. What do you think of this old-fashioned style?
I kind of like it. I don't know what it reminds me of, but I do like the
One thing I'm looking
the royal
at,
blue, like on the shoulders, going down the sides.
the colorway and font of the letters. I want to really pull out something with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, or even the old Toronto Blue Jays. It's one of those that's in my head right now. Before both of them rebranded. Maybe it's the Toronto Blue Jays, the font on the front of the jerseys, before they got all
I think I'd have to see them
rebrandy
closer.
with their logo and all. Think about the old Toronto Blue Jays logo. That's what I'm looking at as the font on the Wildcat jerseys right now.
Oh, okay. All right. I kind of see it.
I don't know. Maybe not the best of comparisons.
I don't know. It may just be its own unique thing.
That comes high on Cleary. Waiting on deck, Declan Smith, the shortstop.
And then for the Cyclones, anytime I see this color, I think of UNC.
That's a fair pick.
Yeah.
Cyclones have the front numbers as well as the Wildcats. Really cool addition to youth jerseys. as the MLB has started doing front numbers recently. It was a drop third strike, but they're saying Cleary's out nonetheless. Oh, no, they called it
a foul ball.
Oh, no, he's indeed out.
Yeah, because there was already a runner on
Yeah.
first.
That's what I believed, and then I saw him picking up the bat himself.
But the runner still gets second?
Yeah, it's a interesting call at the 12U level. Here is Declan Smith.
Oh, okay.
That's odd that the batter is automatically out, but you cannot do anything about the guy going to second.
Yeah, that is
Fielded
weird.
here by Estre. He will make the play himself, running it over to first. Rounding third there for a moment was Oresco. They had to throw it back there to try and back pick him. That's 2 straight outs here. Back-to-back pitches and now resulted for Estrems. Let's watch this one back. Takes care of it himself. Chopped to his left. Now that probably would have been beat out if it got all the way to Denman at second. He was playing pretty deep. Here's another guy with a mask. It's a very common accessory for the Cyclones. This is the new pitcher, Gavin Banquet. Not quite spelled how you would think of your average Banquet, but I like the pronunciation of the name. His defense yearning to get off the field right now, but the Cyclones trying to build something offensively. This runner on third with 2 outs. They need to put something together. That one is chopped foul toward the Wildcat dugout. Teammates cheering Gavin on. Being the pitcher on the mound right now, he needs some run support, especially down 4. Swings through the low, strike 3. Add a strikeout to the tally for Estrems. Still down 4 are the Cyclones heading into the top of the 3rd when we return. It's the left fielder, A.J. Katzman, leading things off here at the top of the 3rd. Already a 4-run lead here for the Wildcats. They would love to expand upon it because the Cyclones stranded a runner on 3rd and were urging to bring him home at the bottom of the 2nd. A couple of defensive adjustments here for the Cyclones. I'll just read out the entire field from you. You got Wiston out in left, Oresco in center, Martin in right, Vogt at 2nd, Smith at short, Catherwood at 3rd, Banquet still on the mound. Christian Ferry, the pitcher, went to left field last inning. He's at first now. And then Broder behind the plate. Sessa's getting a breather in the dugout right now.
That was good.
Trying to put together defensive adjustments myself.
You work hard.
We've had some coaches come up and read them off to us. Others, they just make a lot of changes and you got to figure out yourself. But Banquet's still on the mound, dealing with A.J. Katzman. William Nikow would be on deck. assuming no lineup changes. I believe the Wildcats only have 12 here today. Katzman shoots this out into right center. That bounces at the track and then hits off the wall. Martin is out there right now. He gets it in quickly enough to hold Katzman to 2. But that is a leadoff double for the Wildcats. Surely enough to make them happy in the dugout and encourage them to have enough to put in more run support here. That will bring up William Nikau. Oven mitt in pocket. Banquet will remain on the mound here. No mound visit needed quite yet. If things get dangerous, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. His first pitch nicks the outside corner. On deck would be the second baseman, Jason Denman. That one bounces over the glove of the catcher, Broder. This is first inning for Broder behind the plate. Wonder who the typical catcher is for the Cyclones on the daily.
I feel like in a tournament like this, like we've seen with all the other teams, not all the other teams, but a bunch of the other teams, in a tournament like this where you're playing multiple games a day possibly over such a short amount of days, you end up switching so many guys around, giving guys breathers. Because you don't want the same guy catching 4 games in 3 days, stuff like that.
Both of these teams from Pool A, both with 2 wins, so they're tied in Pool A standing right now for 12U Open. 2-2 count on Nico right now. Yeah, you can tell it means a lot to both these teams as the ball sails onto the field mid-windup from Banquet. Imagine if that play continued after the uncalled time and Nikau hit a missile over the wall.
That would have been tough. That would have been so tough.
Strike 3 called on Nikau. Add 1 more to Banquet's count.
3 for Banquet.
Yeah, 3 since Banquet came into this game. He came in after 1. Just 1 inning pitch by Christian Ferry to start this game. And here is Jason Denman, the second baseman. Watch that one back. See where it was painted. Nikau just watched that one. A little bit low. Caught the outside part of the plate. That one's low on Denman. Still just Katzman standing on third, waiting for someone to drive him home. Just 1 out now after Katzman's leadoff double and the advancement to third on the pass ball. That one catches some outside corner. Counts even on Denman.
Denman's looking for another RBI after driving in a run in the first.
Drove in 1 of the 4. Check swing wasn't held enough. That goes across. Now there's 2 strikes on Denman.
He drove in Katzman, who singled right after the home run.
Evan Estrem's the pitcher waiting on deck. A chop foul there. Some Marucci batting gloves. I feel like I haven't seen the M enough today. And the Marucci bat.
I agree, yeah. I feel like the majority have been Bolts today.
I believe Marucci is selling here at Lasorda Legacy Park.
Are they really?
I believe they have a tent over there near the Baseball Lifestyle
Oh,
101.
I didn't even see it. I hope so. They got some good stuff.
Strike 3 called. Back-to-back looking Ks here for Banquet. Denman watches that one, hits the outside of the corner as well.
That one was good. That was a better pitch than the last strikeout.
Let's check out where this one was painted. That one did look even better than the one on Nikau. That low outside part of the plate is one that this umpire is not afraid to call. Evan Estrem's now following that up. There's a runner on third. He's been stranded there for the last 2 batters. Katzman's still waiting. A good pick there by Broder to keep that in front of him. Outfielders getting antsy out there. That same spot. Banquet knows where to paint it right now, that low outside corner. And Estrem's can't let this one just fly by without a swing. 3 looking Ks back-to-back would cause some commotion in the Wildcats dugout, I assume. He swings at this one, chops it to short. Fiorello is there. Picarello, I mean. And that is a well-done play. He retires the side after Katzman doubled and made his way to third on a pass ball. He goes 1-2-3 through the Wildcats lineup. Now he's got the bottom of the lineup to work with in the fourth when they come back around if he stays on the mound. Heading into the bottom of the third, still a 4-run game when we return. Here's William Vogt leading it off here for the Cyclones. They're still down 4. At least Banquet's holding things on defensively from the mound. First pitch in here from Evan Estrems is a ball down low. They haven't been able to get to Estrems, who's been clean throughout the first couple innings. Vogt looking to change that and start something offensively here. Elbow guard for William Vogt. Delivery from Estrems. A little high, hesitancy from Vogt on the check swing, but he pulled it back in time. Vogt is ahead in the count now. Here's another windup from Estrems. He's got a slow windup, I have to say. A little bit of patience on the upward kick of his leg.
Have you noticed if it changes with runners on base or no?
I think he was pitching from the stretch before.
He was, right?
We will have to tell. Hyatt Vogt, he's doing very well at holding his swing back right now. A 3-1 count for William Vogt, the second baseman. Ryan McCormick, the right fielder, waiting on deck. Estrems attacks him just low. I think Velasco's glove kind of dropped there when he caught it. That certainly didn't help the frame job. And that will bring up Ryan McCormick. Now Vogt will be held on first base by Sardella. Much easier to navigate the Wildcats defense, which hasn't changed as much. No batting gloves here for McCormick. I'd love to see a fake throw to the pitcher and just bullet to first base by Velasco on one of these back picks.
I hope he heard you. Maybe try it out.
Get groovy with it.
He might throw off the first baseman, though the first baseman might not see it coming.
Unfortunately. They got to draw off a play like that, though.
I was going to say, yeah, they'd have to discuss it beforehand.
The lead's so large, and if he doesn't look in that direction, I feel as though Vogt might not even notice it.
Honestly, yeah.
Let's see. Is Estrems pitching from the stretch? He is indeed. No windup there. And a strike called looking. Nick Whiston, second baseman, Or not segment, the second baseman, which I originally had thought before a vote went out there. Wiston waiting on deck. That curveball fell in there very nicely.
That was really nice, yeah.
Good touch from Estrems right there. Showing us a little bit of everything from the stretch here. Sardella clapping over at first while holding on the runner vote. Swinging through strike 3 is McCormick. Slaps the bat down in frustration. That one also looked like a little bit of off speed that he couldn't time up. Let's strike out strike 3 right there. Is there drop in this pitch? It looks like a little bit of drop. Yeah, it comes down absolutely. Was a strike down the middle, and then suddenly it was beneath his knees. Here is Nick Whiston. Michael Catherwood would round out the 12-man lineup after this. Oh, lead is expanding over there at first. Yeah, Sardella was clapping for that ball. Now Velasco's got to throw a dart across the field. Vote slides in safely. Lights have come on here on Field 5 at Sort of Legacy Park. At 7:40.
I didn't think it was like late enough to need the lights, but it
We
adds
were
a
kind of
nice,
rocking without the lights, but why not have them?
yeah, it adds a nice little effect to the field.
Whiston pops this one backward.
You can tell
Vote with the stolen base.
You can tell it's getting later though. It's getting a little chilly. Sundown.
Yeah, a good chili.
Yeah, definitely not too cold yet, but definitely not hot like it was earlier.
Did you ever wear a belt when you were playing?
All the time, yeah. You didn't wear belts?
I was wearing a belt too, but I'm just noticing. I feel like I've seen a couple of these guys without a belt. I thought
Really?
Whiston wasn't wearing it, but then I realized the black is actually a belt.
I don't think I ever didn't wear a belt. Playing.
You think at the 9U level you were wearing a belt?
I feel like I was always wearing a belt.
I don't know. I feel like you'd easily get away with without a belt.
I don't know.
Not quite sure. I like when the belt is matching with the jersey, though. A lot of the jerseys we've seen have had matching belts.
I had a matching belt back when I was playing in high school.
That one bounces on the plate. Estrom's with the matching socks, which are held up a little high. He's got the high socks just under the knees. Trying to work through Whiston here to retire the side here. And that one is thrown into center field on a failed pickoff. And he gets all the way to the wall. A pickoff rolling to the wall. That's what happens on the turf. They're going to hold the runner vote at third. Giarita had to run that one down to the warning track. Just a hard thrown pickoff by Estrems, and it just kept rolling.
Was the center fielder not looking at the play?
Let's see where Giarita was when this ball was thrown. Yeah, he had a far way to right. Looks like he was curved towards left field a little bit.
That's why we back up the throws.
That is indeed why you back up the throws. Anyways, Estrom gets a swinging strike 3 on Whiston. Another strikeout here for Estrems.
Back to back. And he had 2 last inning.
Look at pitch placement, a little bit outside, get the guy chasing. And here is Catherwood, the third baseman for the Cyclones. Don't want to leave another runner stranded on third here. Estrom's trying not to surrender a run. Still throwing a shutout. That one catches some outside part of the plate. Vote not returning to the base. Doing a little bit of clapping over there. There's a minimal amount of guys on the Cyclones wearing batting gloves. Feels like there's more not than there are with them.
It's just kind of weird.
We've had a lot of opinions from players today. We've had a ton of player interviews and some coaches in our booth today. A lot of opinions about different accessories. And we've heard some talk that grip wasn't preferred from batting gloves. I think it was Chris De Silva Jr. who said he wasn't a fan of batting gloves for the lack of grip. Usually you would say the otherwise, that batting gloves would contribute to your grip. That's probably the purpose of them.
Yeah, so he's definitely in the
But he wasn't a
minority
fan.
with that opinion, but
Estrom gets out of it alive. Drop third strike, just has to be converted here. And they get Catherwood. So 3 straight Ks leaves Vogt stranded on third. A couple of scares for Estroms, but they still haven't plated anyone. A couple runners stranded on third. Once again, it happens there. Heading into the next one. Wildcats looking to expand upon this lead. We will see when we come back. Velasco, one of the two twins, that's Mark, the catcher, leading it off here for the Wildcats. Still a 4-run game. All 4 runs tagged in that first inning. It's the top of the 4th now. Banquet still on the mound for the Cyclones, trying to halt any future endeavors of the Wildcats trying to score. And he will be followed up, Mark Velasco, by his twin Derek, waiting on deck. The 9-10-11 before things roll back to the top for the Wildcats. Another guy not wearing batting gloves. Actually, there's one batting glove on his left hand. Velasco shoots that back to the pitcher, Banquet. He's got all day. Just a quick flip over there to the first baseman, Cleary. Things keep flipping and flopping for this defense of the Cyclones. Cleary's back to first base. Ferry no longer at first. Out and right is no longer Martin. It's back to McCormick, the starting right fielder. Behind the plate, still Broder, not Sessa, the starter. Over at third, Catherwood's still there. Here is the other Velasco. This is Derek. Chopper himself, cut off there by Catherwood at third. A beautiful play and a stretch over at first by Cleary. Defense keeping it easy behind Banquet right now. Another chance at a 1-2-3 inning. Let's watch the replay. Catherwood comes and cuts this off because that's going to be a tough play for the shortstop Smith if he needs to reach that himself. So both Velasco's retired rather quickly here. Here's Luke Bruno, the right fielder, rounding out this 11-man Wildcat lineup. He chops at a first pitch. Toward the dugout for the Cyclones. Nice catch there by the coach waiting outside of it.
Bruno singled to start this last inning, and
Look,
it was
me.
left
Stranded. Had me for a
stranded.
second there.
And it was left stranded on third. What was it?
We were just in the footage right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Joe Bruno waiting has a quick pep talk from Broder to his pitcher Banquet on how to handle Bruno.
Hold those batting gloves.
There we are again. Look at that.
Hey, there you are.
I'm in your footage right now.
I'm hiding behind the
We were behind
our little
Bruno.
teleprompter. Not teleprompter. What do you call it? Just our little TV.
Yeah, monitor.
Oh, our monitor.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Strike at the knees on Bruno. Banquet just needs one more. Bruno shoots this one out into center. It's going to land on one hop, fielded by Giarita. And now they're going to go to first with this one, looking for an 8-3 putout. That error will cause the runner to move over to second. That's one I've never seen before. That would have been an incredible 8-3 putout if Giarita was able to make that throw. That's probably where the runner was when Giarita picked it up. A one-hopper fielded out in center. That was reached low for by Bruno. He said, you know what, that exit velocity was hot enough. I'm going to try and make this throw across the field. And that was over Cleary's head by a good amount.
I was going to say, was that close?
No, I think
I was going to say it couldn't have been that close.
I think the runner Bruno was already nearly standing on first. This pass ball was recovered very quickly by Broder. We thought that was going to be an easy out at third, but I guess the tag wasn't applied there by Catherwood. Let's look at the instant replay. Got past Broder, picks it up very quickly. Looked like that was going to be gunned Bruno at third.
Oh, the throw definitely beat him there.
Tag wasn't applied, though. Good slide there by Bruno, getting the right foot in there. Here's the top of the lineup, Joey Picarello. Ball 2 to Picarello outside there.
Picarello's been on base both times today. Had the single and the walk.
Picarello, the righty matchup here. Catherwood trying to hold the runner on third. I doubt we're going to see a pick up to third, but then again, we've seen that this week.
I was to say, every time I say I don't think I'll see something, I end up seeing it.
Seeing everything at the 12U level.
Yeah.
But there are 2 outs here for Banquet. No need to even look that direction. Just take care of Picarello here. That one bounces. Good scoop there by Broder, but a walk to Picarello. That was ball 4.
Puts him on base for the third time.
You can already count this as second and third because I've about a 98% guarantee that Picarello will be moving on pitch 1 here to Lucas Sardella, the first baseman for the Wildcats. No batting gloves from Sardella either. They're going to hold on the runner at first, but I have a feeling that Picarello is going to move anyway. Pitch 1, Picarello is gone. That one comes in low. Broder throws it. Oh, we got a rundown now. Good executed play by the Cyclones, and they gun him at third. That's what they take care of in practice. Broder pitches it right back to Banquet on the mound, and then they fire it over to Catherwood at third. Look at this defensive highlight. Look like you're going to throw a dart down to second and then cut it off with your pitcher, Banquet. Banquet didn't even duck down. He knew what the play was designed to be, and he threw it right where it needed to be. That was a close play at third, though. It looked like Bruno might have gotten an arm in there. But Catherwood applies the tag. That's all for the
closer than
top
I
of the
thought it'd
fourth,
be.
heading into the bottom. Cyclones need to make something happen fast. They're still down 4. We'll see you soon. It is the bottom of the fourth. Martin is going to lead it off here for the Cyclones, facing a 4-0 deficit. This game is scheduled for 7 p.m. Started a little while early. I'd say it was around 6:50, 6:55-ish. So we're about an hour into game time here. But it is the bottom of the fourth, so not too much trouble in terms of time limits here with the lights on at Lasorda Legacy Park. Evan Estrem's still pitching for the Cyclones here, or for the Wildcats. He's got the Cyclones scoreless so far. That's popped up in the infield to Declan Smith and taken care of. Retired in 1 pitch. Declan Smith having a nice day defensively out there. Actually, that's the wrong, yeah, that's Picarello out there at short. Here is Christian Ferry, the starting pitcher for the Cyclones. Wrong shortstop I was pointing out there. That is strike 1. Ferry watches that one go by. Not many pitches like that can you let slide. Ferry's played a couple different positions today. He pitched, went out to left, played some first. A lot of defensive adjustments for the Cyclones. I like how Giarita is directly in your camera angle out in center right
I was
now.
literally just looking at him in center field right now to see where exactly the camera is.
The batter's eye out there. Ferry skies this one, possibly playable behind the plate. No, it's going to be foul. Everyone rushed in for that one. This would be funny if Giarita just turned around and stared at the camera.
Stared directly into it.
Estrem's gathering himself on the mound. He's got one down. Ferry skies this one, possibly in the infield. Denman backing back on it, and he makes the play himself. So 2 down early here for Estrem. Still untouched throughout this game. He could possibly go all the way.
He's never had more than 1 base runner in an inning.
Here is Nathaniel Broder, who took over behind the plate for the last couple innings, took responsibilities away from Sessa. I wonder if Sessa was requiring a break or if Broder was just taking over responsibilities to give him a breather. Broder shoots this one down third base. That's you. Went right under his glove, though. We'll give that one a hit. It was a hard hit ball under Yu's glove.
Second hit of the day for Broder.
Hard exit velocities off these Cyclones bats.
He's got 2 of the team's. He's got the only 2 hits, actually. The other 2 base runners were walks.
Speaking of potential for hard hit balls, here's Michael Sessa, the cleanup hitter. Being held on at first by Sardella is the base runner Broder. So Broder, the catcher right now, followed up by the original catcher, Sessa. The masks are indeed protective, as a lot of these Cyclones are wearing, but on the bases, I feel like it is inhibiting a little bit.
It might be, honestly.
I don't think they switch out helmets when they reach base, but it feels like it's got to be annoying in terms of base running. Broder holding a hand towards first base, trying not to be picked off with Sardella holding him there. This is blooped down the first baseline. It could be fair. Into foul territory, it falls. A little bit out of the range out there in right for Derek Velasco. He was the extra hitter at the start of this game, took over responsibilities in right, stole them from Bruno. Sessa down in the count right now, and there's already 2 down in this inning. They're still just trying to tag Estrems for something here in the bottom of the 4th. Sessa shoots a rocket out into left. That lands in front of the left fielder, Katzman. So a base hit here. That'll allow Oresco to get an appearance in the 4th. First and second, 2 outs. Life sparking here for the Cyclones offense. How long of a leash does Estrems have? 2 straight base runners. Could have been a 1-2-3 inning. He got the first 2 guys at the top of this order. The 3-4 appearing a little bit more scary for him in this inning. What can the 5-hitter Daniel Oresco do? He's got Andrew Cleary, the first baseman, behind him, waiting on deck. 2 down and 2 on. Like a major leaguer, Estrems is winding up while looking at a batter, while looking at a base runner, and then turns his head as he's firing towards home plate. Let's see if he does it here. Estrems turns towards the runner. While looking at second, the leg kick starts. Oresco shoots that one foul towards the left side. The stars and stripes on the side of the helmet from Oresco blocking his jaw. Not what I call a face mask, but the extended helmet defending his face.
Extended face guard? I don't know.
Face guard, yeah, that's fair. Not quite the face mask that some of his teammates are wearing. That one paints the outside corner. Off-speed action from Evan Estrems. Expanding upon his strikeout category.
Number 6.
Number 6 for Estrems. Let's see where this one dots. A little bit out there, but a slider pulling in. The backdoor slider, as they call it. Estrems paints right there. And going into the top of the 5th, it's still a 4-run lead for the Wildcats. We'll see what happens at the top. Why not keep pushing Gavin Banquet out there on the mound? 3 innings scoreless for him. Here's the top of the 5th. No batting gloves on Sardella, the leading off first baseman for the Wildcats here, the 2-hitter in this lineup. They're up 4, but they haven't scored since the first inning when that was on Christian Ferry. Ferry came in for the 1 inning, gave up 4, and was replaced by yours truly, Gavin Banquet, who's gone 3 scoreless now. Into his 4th inning of work. That one bounces past Orozco, the new catcher, the 3rd catcher here for the Cyclones, keeping legs fresh behind the plate. Started with Sessa, moved on to Broder. Here is Orozco. It's a 1-2 count now on Sardella. Swinging low there, under his knees. Orozco can't quite chase him. Sardella's running with the bat. Drop third strike converted there by the new catcher Orozco. And add another strikeout to the tally for Banquet.
It's number 5.
5 strikeouts and 3.1 innings of work. Not a bad tally. And here comes Ian Wu, the 3rd baseman. Banquet still has been through 3.1 innings of work, keeping this lead at 4, hoping his offense is going to get behind him. But the Cyclones haven't quite surged that. Couple of adjustments again for the Cyclones defense. Martin is back out in right field, William Martin. Christian Ferry back out to first base. Every other inning, some of these subs just keep swapping in and out. But it looks like Declan Smith still at short. Catherwood still at 3rd. Swinging through the low cheese is you. Same pitch virtually that Sardella struck out on. So 2 strikes here to you. That one bounces away from Orozco. I think they move Ryan McCormick, the lefty, out into center now that Orozco has taken a position behind the plate. McCormick moves over as Martin goes back into his right field position. So there is a walk. You watch as ball 4 sail by. Maybe the leash wasn't quite as long for Banquet as we thought. We'll see. A quick mound visit here for the coach. I think this is going to be a quick rally.
I was going to say that too. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's coming out of the game.
Just the 1 base runner allowed here. 1 out already. Let's see what they do. He's got to face Dylan Giarrita, the center fielder. Just the 3rd batter of the inning. Vogt still at second base. Looks like Nick Whiston is out in left right now. Whiston in left, McCormick in center, Martin in right, Vogt in second. Taking off is the runner. You will slide in there safely. No throw from Orozco, the third baseman for the Cyclones. As I was saying, Ferry at first, Smith at short, Catherwood at 3rd. Banquet still on the mound, and Orozco at the dish right now. Now a runner in scoring position for Giarrita. He swung, yes he did. Orozco can't find the ball, which is bouncing off the backstop. You moves over on the passed ball. Giarrita in an 0-2 count right now after golfing for that second swing. Coach of the Cyclones moving the infield in. Not something we've seen too commonly today, but I love to see the adjustment. Runner on 3rd with 1 out. That one bounces in front of Orozco. Good pick there. Didn't move him too far in, just align with the bases at least. They were playing pretty deep there. Here is the windup from Banquet. That bounces. Another good stop there from Orozco. As you can see in your footage, a fan is peeking between the black curtain behind the plate right now.
He's been here the whole game.
Has he?
Yeah, you haven't noticed
I
him?
actually haven't taken that into account.
Yeah, he's been here the whole game.
That's a good spot to be.
He's got a real good spot.
Runner on 3rd. Don't want to strand him there. There's still 1 out, and Giarrita is still behind in the count. That's a great spot to watch the game from. Giarrita shoots this one up the middle on a line drive. I thought we were going to see another throw out from center by McCormick there. Giarrita with the RBI knock. And here's another mound visit for Banquet. Coach is clapping, so I think that's going to be all for Gavin Banquet. Let's see what the Cyclones go with here. He held on for 3.1 innings, not allowing the lead to expand anymore. Here is Sessa, the starting catcher, coming off the bench to take the mound. a dual-wielding player who can do both. But now there's a Giarita on first base. Base runner there, still one out. Here's A.J. Katzman, new left fielder in the 5 spot, waiting to face him as the first batter. After Katzman would be William Nikau. Fan disappeared from behind the plate. I'm waiting to see if he's just going to reemerge when play starts again.
I see him over there. He's on the phone. He's taking a break.
Business call real quick.
I kind of worried, though. He had his fingers in the gate.
Yeah, that could be troublesome.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like many adjustments are going to be made for the Cyclones. Sessa comes right off the bench. And I believe they're just going to move Banquet to take his spot on the bench. Unless something happens in the outfield. Looks like Smith's going to stay at short. Catherwood at third. Vogt at second. Ferry's still at first. Orozco behind the plate. The outfielders are gathered together right now having a conversation. But it should still be McCormick in center, Martin in right, and Whiston in left. That is your defensive alignment for the Cyclones, brought to you by me. But this is Baseball Lifestyle 101's tournament. I didn't want to say the defensive alignment was brought to you by Baseball Lifestyle 101, but the whole tournament is, so you can count that in the defensive alignment as well.
You were brought to us by Baseball Lifestyle 101.
Baseball Lifestyle 101 has provided us for you.
For your entertainment.
Looks like a little bit more heat is being brought here.
Oh, I hear some Post
from
Malone behind
Sessa
us.
on the mound than the last couple pitchers we've been seeing. They're bringing Sessa for a little bit more velocity for these Wildcat hitters to see. So Giarita returns to first base. He's the only base runner on right now. Sessa's got to be wary from that. He's been pitching from the windup in the warm-ups. Going to have to work from the stretch here. Katzman, the right fielder, at the plate right now.
I'd like to mention, I don't think I mentioned it on the hit, that's now 4 of the 5 RBIs from Giarita.
Giarita's been having a day
Absolutely.
at the plate.
The
And he
3-run
takes off
homer.
on the first pitch. Swinging through strike one is Katzman. The throw down from Orozco comes in late.
Let's add a stolen base to his day.
Vogt's going to apply the tag, but not moving off the base there was Giarita.
He's got a 3-run homer, an RBI single, and now a stolen base.
Infield's going to stay standard for now in terms of their alignment. Vogt's waiting a second, though, for a possible pickoff. Yeah, Sessa likes that.
He heard you.
Started the windup and then spun towards second. Vogt's ready for it over there. I think attention's going to be torn towards Katzman at the plate now. William Nikau is waiting on deck. The EH who became the catcher. That one's bound to Sessa at first. He will go. Ferry was waiting there for the throw. So 2 down now. Runner in scoring position still. On third, Giarita moved up. Now batting will be Nikau. He's getting loose at the plate right now. Sessa can make it out of this without allowing Banquet's base runner to come around. Nikau pops this high in the air to another field. 2 strikes to go here for Sessa to keep this lead at just 5. It's a shame that Banquet allowed a run here. He'd been scoreless through 3.1, but they kept pushing him a little bit further. High strike here called on Nikau. He was not satisfied with that one. 0-2 count right now.
Nikau went down looking his last time out.
Surely he won't watch one sail by him now. That one comes into the eyes. That one's a little too high. So 1-2 count now on what is now the catcher for the Wildcats. Just low. Lost by Orozco. The flip from him comes in late. Giarita takes the plate on a passed ball from Orozco. Let's watch the replay here. How fast was Giarita moving down this line, and how soon did he take off? He didn't have the earliest jump. He kind of got to the gate before he decided it was finally his opportunity. Now the bases are clear. Sessa can focus all attention on Nikau at the plate. That's the 6th run here for the Wildcats. Strike 3 call. Nico goes down looking again. The first strikeout for Sessa puts it away here, but not after he allows Banquet's run to come all the way around on the pass ball. A 6-run lead here for the Wildcats heading into the bottom of the 5th. The second to last opportunity, it looks like, because the time limit probably won't come into play. Cyclones got to act fast, down 6. Despite the efforts of your pitcher to go a complete game when you're pitching a shutout, you always have to factor in this thing we call in baseball the pitch count. And we talked to Coach Brian of Smithtown earlier today about how you don't want to overuse your pitchers at this level, especially at the 12U level where these guys, like we said, they're looking to move over to the next field in the next year. A lot of these guys are preparing their arm for high school in a couple years. They want to try a couple different positions. So Evan Estrems, goes scoreless through 4, but the bottom of the 5th he's not going to get to handle here. They're going to move to INU, the third baseman here. We can tally on a quick stat line for Evan Estrems. Obviously no runs allowed.
Let's see. He went 4 innings, no runs. He had 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 of which came in that last inning. Had the 2 walks, but more importantly, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, not a bad outing by any means for Evan Estrems. In fact, I'd love to talk to Evan Estrems if he wasn't on the field right now. I'm not sure where they have him. A couple of adjustments that I have noticed. Katzman takes a spot behind the plate as you moves over to pitch. The former catcher, Nikau, takes a spot at third base. That one gets out of the reach of you, but someone who stayed in his position, Piarello, should be able to make the play, and he does. Picarello, has been the shortstop the entirety of this game for the Wildcats. And that's as clean a play as you can have. Wasn't affected by the fact that you outstretched for that ball. And a nice grab getting low there at first base by Luke Bruno, new first baseman. Oh, no, that's actually number 13, still Sardella. I thought I saw the 12. Bruno retains his spot back in right field. Here is Declan Smith for the Cyclones after the ground out by Cleary. Quick work there for 1 out for you. I'm imagining that you will have this one and the next.
I would say it's a good guess.
I don't think they're going to pull in a closer.
Depending on how this one goes, obviously.
Yeah, if he works through smoothly here, why not keep you out, save the pitching for tomorrow? That's high at the eyes of Smith. Speaking of tomorrow, let's talk 12U open standings right now. The Phenom with 12 points in Pool A, about as dominant as it gets. A 54-4 run differential of 50 runs.
That's crazy.
The Phenom are the talk of the town in 12U baseball right now. That's a ball for the Nikau, new third baseman over there. And he puts that across the diamond. Yeah, the Phenom have been dominant in 4 games. 4-0, 54 runs forwarded, and 4 runs allowed.
Yeah, that's nuts.
We saw a matchup last night in Pool C. The Longhorns routed Finest. That was a high-scoring affair that we watched. About 5 homers in that game. It was a Bobby McDonald versus Michael Tracy starting pitching matchup. What an affair that was yesterday under the lights last night. Me alongside Ryan Marola were on the call for that one. But the Longhorns, with their 3-0 undefeated record, are tied with points-wise with the Finest. They're 3-1. The Longhorns still have a matchup to play. At the plate right now is Gavin Banquet after the first 2 guys were retired quickly here by you. The pitch by you comes in high. Reaching up there was Katzman. So as for these 2 teams, which are both in Pool A with Phenom, that dominant force, 2-1 are the Cyclones, and 2-1 as well are the Wildcats. So they're tied in terms of points right now. Leading a little bit on the differential in terms of scoring are the Cyclones. Cyclones have scored 29 runs and given up 14. The Wildcats have scored 30 and allowed 23. You just needs 1 more here. The lead is still 6. That one's at the knees of Banquet. Banquet, the guy who had a sensational 3.1 innings of work before allowing a base runner. And things got a little ugly there defensively for the Cyclones. Hughes pitch clips the outside corner. Banquet watched strikes 2 come by. Banquet knows where the strike zone is now after watching 2 strikes come by. Can you retire him? That one's a little low. The payoff pitch comes inside and low, bounces in front of Banquet. Hughes going to have a discussion with his catcher Katzman real quick. They're laughing about it. Probably not talking strategy on handling vote right now. The speedy Banquet on first now, going to be held there by Sardella. It's the bottom of the fifth, we said. This is the second to last opportunity. Only 4 outs remaining for the Cyclones, still down 6. They didn't get to Estrems through 4 innings. They haven't gotten to you here. Katzman throws a dart down to second. Stealing there was Banquet. On pop-up slide, this ball rolls all the way down to the wall as well. Not fielded cleanly by Giarrata. I don't know why you wouldn't send the runner all the way around. And yeah, this is going to be the first run for the Cyclones. Banquet comes all the way around to score from first base on an errant throw by Katzman, which rolled all the way to the wall.
That's a crazy way to get your first run of the game.
Yeah, think about the effect of turf here. Katzman with his foot on home plate throws a missile,
and
which
the
bounces off the glove. Yeah, Giarrata wasn't expecting the bounce off the glove there.
I was going to say, because he did come in to back it up.
It's an unfortunate way to give up your first run. On an error there, we won't call that an earned run for you. That's the first time the Cyclones have plated one here today. It's a 5-run lead now. Now Vogt with no one to drive in around the bases, just looking to start something on a fresh slate here. That one was behind him. He jumped forward to avoid it. The yellow and black helmet here from Vogt. A little bit of contrast from the uniform.
Vogt had a walk to lead off the third and ended up getting stranded on third as they ended up striking out 3 straight.
Multiple times throughout this game have the Cyclones stranded somebody at third to end an inning, but Estrems has always come in clutch when somebody was standing there. A 3-1 count here on William Vogt, the second baseman. You can make it out of this, only allowing 1, not even earned necessarily. That one also came behind Vogt. 2 pitches went behind the righty, and Vogt takes a base. Coach coming to talk to you for a moment. On deck and waiting is Ryan McCormick, the right fielder who moved over to center. Cyclones are down 5 now. There's some life being breathed into this offense here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 8:22. Like we said, this game started before 7 though. So we're about, I'd say, an hour and a half in here. We're definitely going to touch the 6th inning unless this inning gets very expansive.
There's 2 outs.
Yeah, there are 2 outs. McCormick, no batting gloves here. He's going to talk to his first base coach really quick about what the strategy is here against you. 1 run came in to score on an errant throw from Katzman, which rolled all the way to the wall on this turf. First to the plate. Sardella still holding on the runner Vogt at first. Without batting gloves, here is Banquet. I'm still waiting for one of those looking away from first base back picks from the catcher out here on the Wildcats. Katzman is back there now. Sardella keeping Vogt close still. That one came with the eyes. Katzman still looking at Vogt at first. Eyes being clapped very closely on Vogt, the base runner, right now. If Vogt comes around to score, that would limit this lead to 4, but it is still 5 right now. That was another one at the eyes. You struggling to bring it down right now. It's a 3-0 count. He can't find the zone. Can't match with the height of McCormick. Giarrata playing awfully deep out there in center. That one finds the strike zone. In comparison to the corner outfielders, I feel like. Bruno, a little bit more shallow out there in right.
Yeah, the man in left is certainly very close to the wall.
Yeah, Bruno just feels like he's a little closer to us. High strike there on McCormick. Coach is telling him to focus up here. You got to protect. Full count now. They've scored 1 this inning, and the base runner on first. It's more than enough to ask for at this point in the game. That one comes in strike 3. McCormick goes down looking. You can't watch a pitch that close come by. And you escapes, only allowing 1. Like we said, it's not even really an earned run. The Katzman errant throw on the stolen base caused the runner to go from first to the plate. Let's watch where this one landed. Just below the knees, but that's a strike that's fair to call at the 12U level. And heading into the top of the 6th, there's only going to be one more opportunity here for the Cyclones when they come back. But here, Sessa's got to work through the top of the inning first when we come back. How much can you keep your pedal on the gas here when you're the Wildcats? Jason Denman leading off in the top of the 6th here. It's the final inning. He backed up like that, hit him for a second there. Roscoe recovered there after that inside pitch. Sessa's still on the mound, the starting catcher for the Cyclones. Proved that he can pitch very nicely. That low strike called here on Denman. It's a 1-1 count even for the second baseman. It's a 5-run lead here still for the Wildcats. Cyclones finally scored a run in that last inning on an error from behind the plate. Play made out there in right by Martin. There's a quick out there for Sessa. It's a walk-off opportunity here for the Cyclones if they could put up 5 to tie, 6 to win in the bottom of this inning, assuming Sessa holds them to nothing at the top here. Here is the starting pitcher, Evan Estrems, who went 4 innings clean through the Cyclones lineup. He watches that one bounce on the plate for ball 1. Christian Ferry out there in left field, the lefty starting pitcher, has made his way around a couple of positions. 2 lefties in the outfield. Broder has made his way over to third base. He also got catching reps in this game. More defensive adjustments for me to catch on with in the last inning here. Swinging at the high cheese with Estrems. There's going to be a play possible at first. Cleary stretches there, but he drops it anyway. Estrems, I think, would have beat that out nonetheless. Not often do you see this many plays possible at first from the outfield arms. Let's watch this one back, see how close of a play it was at first if the ball was not dropped. Cleary with a good stretch here. That was a crow hop dart thrown. I think that's safe anyway, but that ball was dropped nonetheless, as we said. So here is Mark Velasco, the starting catcher for the Wildcats. Estrems being held on. He takes off on the first pitch. A low strike called here, and the throw not in time by Oresco. Now standing on second in scoring position and waiting here for the Wildcats is Estrems, starting pitcher, being credited with the win right now if things stay steady here for the Wildcats. Velasco chops that to the left side, moving his vote to put that one away himself. And that's another one down here for Sessa. So a runner on third waiting to be brought home for Derek Velasco, but there are 2 down. The first twin, Mark, does his job, moves the runner over, but he unfortunately will be the second out for the Wildcats.
This would be a good time for his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts.
Looking to get involved in the 6-run action. Offense from the Wildcats was explosive. 4 runs in the first on Christian Ferry, and things got pretty stagnant after that. Strike called at the knees of Velasco. Sessa not paying much attention to the runner on third. Got to take it at the plate right now. Strike 2 called on Velasco. Broder at third, Smith at short, Vogt at second, Cleary at first. That is the infield for the Cyclones in this final defensive inning. Oresco behind the plate. Still on the mound is Sessa. Martin in right. Starting pitcher Ferry out in left. And McCormick out in center. That is the defensive lineman. The Cyclones went for the top of the 6th. And Velasco swings through strike 3. Another strikeout for Sessa here. He comes in for 2 innings of work and moves through it rather smoothly. 4 batters needed to get through that. So the chance here, down 5 for the Cyclones to redeem themselves and spark up their offense a little bit. We'll see what happens. Don't go anywhere. There's always a chance. Miracles can happen. Last opportunity here for the Cyclones. Down 5 in the bottom of the 6th. Leading off here will be Nick Whiston. It's going to be the 11, 12, and then 1 due up here for the Cyclones. Whiston followed up by Michael Catherwood, and then William Martin back at the top. Christian Ferry would be next. What are you saying here as a coach of the Cyclones here? Down 5 in your last licks. How are you rallying this team?
They got to get something going. All 3 of the players due up have yet to reach base. Granted, the sample sizes are small. Both Whiston and Catherwood in the 11 and 12 spots are 0 for 1 with a strikeout. But Martin at the top is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop fly.
It's crazy with a 12-man lineup at 12U baseball. It's the 6th inning. These guys at the bottom are just getting their second at-bats here in the 6th.
Well, it doesn't help that they've also been held very quiet on the offensive side, where they
Much
really
to
have
the credit
not had...
of Evan Estrems, followed by INU, who's still on the mound here to close things out, as we predicted. He had a pretty smooth first inning of work here in the 5th. An unearned run was the first one for the Cyclones, so why not throw him out here for your second and close things out and save some arms? Used delivery. Comes in high on Whiston. A walk here from Whiston would not be a bad thing by any means, having a leadoff base runner here with the 12 and then the top of the order coming up.
Absolutely. That's how you get things started.
Here's the leg kick from you. And ball 4 comes to Whiston. You struggle with control a little bit in that at bat. Here is Michael Catherwood walking up to the plate now. The third baseman for a while during this game before Broder replaced him at third. But a leadoff base runner, and it looks like a speedy Whiston at first. Sardella's going to hold him on there. Sardella's been the first baseman, I believe, for the entirety of this game for the Wildcats, the lefty. The lefty, it's a nice spot to have right now. The glove is right where you need it for a pickoff. We talked before about what is easier as a righty first baseman, how much more open to the field your body can be. But for a pickoff, this isn't a bad thing to have. Glove on the right hand, ready to slap down that tag. Count even here on Catherwood. Infield playing straight up other than Sardella at first holding on the runner. That one catches the outside corner. These guys have to know by now that's a call that's going to be made. Catherwood watched that one go by. I'm sure the Cyclones coach made an emphasis on that in the lineup. If he didn't, I'm sure we're going to hear it after this at bat. Don't let the outside strike be called. And as I'm talking, Catherwood watches another one go by. It looked like virtually the same spot. We're going to have to watch the placement back on that replay. Another strikeout here for Ian Yu, and that's out number 1 here in the final opportunity for the Cyclones. Standing on first and waiting over there. Being held on by Sardella is Nick Whiston. Cyclones need to move him. Here's the top of the order, William Martin, the right fielder. That one is at the eyes. Martin has to advance, then Christian Ferry waiting on deck. They have to get something moving here. That one is above the head of Martin. When I was reading the standings a little while ago, I pointed out Cyclones 29 runs scored, 14 runs allowed in their 3 games played. Not necessarily a bad run differential by any means, but the offense has been quite stagnant in this one. Katzman frames a nice strike 2 there. These Cyclones still watching the strikes fly by, even in their last opportunity here. Just not coming up to the plate quite as aggressive as they need to be. Yu keeping the runner in the corner of his eye. He comes home instead from the stretch. Martin chops this up. Yu's got to make a play on it. Cross his body throw. Beaten out by a half step there. Martin was off to the races, but just in time came Yu's throw. At least for them, the runner has moved on to second. Whiston can stay in scoring position now.
That was a
Look
nice
at this
play.
throw on the back foot from Yu. Got him there indeed by a half a step.
That was a nice play by the pitcher.
Speaking of pitchers, the starting pitcher, Christian Ferry, will be the last chance here for the Cyclones from Massapequa to move things along offensively. A runner in scoring position for Ferry. He watches strike 1 blow by. He thought about it, checked that swing, but held back ultimately. You just has to focus directly on Ferry right now. He doesn't even have to look at Whiston at second right now. That one comes high and outside. Wildcats coach just has to tell you, lock in on Ferry at the plate right now. On deck would be Nathaniel Broder. Here's Yu's delivery from the stretch. Low. Honestly, if I'm the Wildcats coach, I would tell Yu he doesn't even need to pitch from the stretch right now. Do what you got to do.
Whatever you're more comfortable with at this point.
I would be so unconcerned with Whiston on second base right now. You just need the one out to close things out. Let's see if he keeps pitching from the stretch. Yeah, no windup here from Yu. Ferry swings through the hot strike 2. And the Massapequa Cyclones are down to their final strike here. Still down 5. No one is going to hold on Whiston at second. I'd be surprised if Yu even looks that way. He does. Yu locks in on the plate. Ferry barely gets a piece of that. Barrel touched the bottom of that ball and popped it backwards. Yu is bringing the heat right now from this mound. Obviously, everything's going to get bigger next year for all these guys when they move up to 13U and head over across the park to the bigger fields. Here is Yu's delivery. Ferry shoots that out to short. Should be manageable there by Picarello to put this one away. They call him safe over there. Let's see if the foot left the bag from Sardello. Looked like he had to leap a little bit, but I don't know if the foot necessarily left the bag. A step behind there was the starting pitcher, Ferry, so I don't know if it was necessarily him beating it out. Yeah, he definitely didn't beat it out. Looks like the foot might have still been in contact there, but things are still alive here for the Cyclones. Runners on the corners now. They could send Ferry, but it is a risky play. Katzman might just throw that ball down there. They're up 5. Don't worry about the runner coming home. Let's see. Nathaniel Broder at the plate now. Ferry's off on the plate on the pitch. It was a bit of a late jump, but luckily enough, it hit the backstop. A pass ball allows him to continue. It is second and third now for Nathaniel Broder. Michael Sessa, the catcher who's coming to pitch now for the Cyclones, is waiting on deck. He's hoping he can get involved here. They're still down 5, second and third. Broder shoots this one out into center. That could do it. Ranging back was Bruno, but it's dropped off his glove. 2 runs coming to score. The bases are cleared. Bruno's still picking it up, rounding second now. And slide into third is Broder. 2 runs coming to score, and suddenly this is a 3-run game. Bruno took a while to pick that ball up at the wall, and Broder just kept on churning. Let's watch that. He's a righty, so it hit off the left side of his glove, and he had to turn to his left to run that to the wall. Difficult play out there for Bruno to make. He was a starting right fielder who ended up moving to first, and now he's back out there in right. Who are they bringing in from the pen here? Assuming Yu gets a breather. It's a 3-run game now. Would you pull Yu?
I feel like they might. This game the lead just quickly got cut in half.
Yu was losing control a little bit in the last couple of batters. That's how Whiston got on base to start this inning. No, Yu is going to make his way back to the mound after a refresher from Coach. So not only did that plate too, but there's a runner just a couple feet away from the plate. Sessa receiving some words from his third base coach. Let's see how they attack Sessa now. What did the Wildcats coach tell you here? Use the outside part of the plate is probably what I'm going to assume. He definitely slowed down that pitch. Went high at Sessa. I'm sure Coach would take a walk from Sessa because then he could move that runner to second and have Daniel Orozco up. That one is painting that outside corner on Sessa. Disappointed with the call. That's where Yu is probably targeting right now. I'm sure that's what the Wildcats coach put an emphasis on. This runner on third, they don't want to leave stranded here to end this game. That one's low to the backstop, eaten up by Katzman. Multiple catchers have been used for this Wildcats team. Katzman needs to be a wall behind the plate right now to stop that runner from coming home. That would make it a 2-run game, but for now, still 6-3. Sessa ahead in the count right now, 2-1. Here's a delivery. No longer from the stretch by Wood. So I want to point out, maybe that was the discussion in the huddle on the mound visit. Maybe Coach said, cut it with the stretch. Do what you got to do. Face the windup. Now it's an even count down to the last strike once again. Want to keep it low. I don't want to distract Sessa right now. 2-2 count. The pitch from you comes in low, just under the knees. Sessa pumps his fist. That was a close call. But yeah, definitely under the knees. So the runner on third. This is a full count, 3-run game right now. The pitch it will all come down to. The payoff pitch from you. There was contact there from Sessa before it got to the mask of Katzman. You barely heard it, but it was present.
This game got intense real quick.
Yeah, this has gotten very serious. I feel bad speaking too loud now. We're very close to Sessa. It is a full count now. Runner on third. Whiston came around to score. It was a 2-run triple by Nathaniel Broder. Here is Sessa again. You does not want to lose him to a walk here. Here's another payoff pitch from you. Skied foul onto another field by Sessa. He's staying alive. This at bat is electric right now from Sessa. As commentators, we want to see more action here. How is you going to attack? You got to keep painting the strike zone. Another delivery. That one comes in high. Sessa takes the walk on ball 4. A long at bat, he comes out victorious. Working his way towards the plate now is Daniel Oresco.
As the tying run.
Yes, the tying run approaching the plate right now. Coming over to talk to Oresco is the base runner, Nathaniel Broder. The guy who just put together a 2-run triple. He's talking to Oresco right now on how to approach you. This is just like how they do in the major leagues. Even when someone strikes out, they go and they talk to the guy on deck, discuss how you're seeing the pitcher, what you're reading. So now classic textbook situation. Michael Sessa on first base. He's a catcher and pitcher. I don't know how much speed he's got on him, but they're likely going to send him here. The Wildcats trying to hold him on with Sardella over there. Yu's not going to look in his direction, though. They won't send Sessa yet. The first pitch comes in low on Oresco.
I think it's still coming, just not immediately.
Yeah, I feel the storm brewing over there at first base. Sessa's off to the races now. A good jump there. Katzman's going to eat it. That came in at the knees of Oresco. Could have gone either way. But the count is even. Can Oresco put this ball in play? Anything in the infield has been swallowed up throughout this game. That one comes in at the eyes. Good read there at the plate from Oresco. The infield defense has been just incredible. You got to push this into the outfield to at least make them work out there. It's a 2-1 count. Oresco's ahead. The full windup from you. That one finds the zone. That's not a pitch you can really let slide as a hitter right now.
That was just too close. Too close to take in this type of
times in this
spot.
inning, we've seen the Cyclones down to their final strike. And again, we see it here. An even count, 2-2 on Oresco. You likes the pitch called from Katzman. A full delivery here. Swinging through it is Oresco, and that will do it here. The dreams of a comeback killed here for the Cyclones. A 6-3 finish with 2 runners left stranded there. Oresco couldn't put the comeback together here. Let's watch that finishing pitch here from you. The full windup here. No need to pitch from the stretch. Just focus on the batter. That would have been on the inside corner, so a fair read there by Oresco. Just couldn't put barrel to ball there. And here comes the handshake line. This was a 4-0 game for a long time. And the Cyclones finally started to piece together some offense together in the last couple innings there. What did you think changed for the Cyclones that they started to put something together offensively?
The pitching change.
It might have been that. When they pulled Estre, suddenly something started to spark there for the team in blue.
They were seeing and understanding you a lot better than they were seeing the other one.
There's Estre's number 62 right there celebrating. He had a nice outing, 4 innings scoreless right there before they replaced him with Ian Yu. You gave up a couple, but the Cyclones just weren't able to crawl their way back. That'll do it for your Saturday night under the lights here at Lasorda Legacy Park. We've been Frank Labella and Nick Labella calling 5 games here today for the Baseball Lifestyle 101 World Series. We will see you tomorrow here at Lasorda Legacy Park on Sunday where things really get serious. No more pool play necessarily for most of these teams, but that's what you call the playoffs here at the Baseball Lifestyle 101 World Series tomorrow. We will see you here bright and early tomorrow at, I believe, 9 a.m. for a lot more action on the other side of the field where we talk more older baseball. I've been Frank Labella alongside Nick Labella. Thank you all for tuning in here on this late game on Saturday evening. Thank you for spending with us, and you have a good one.